gentlemen, Dr. Fabio phone back here talking with you members of the YouTube community about different topics related to weight loss. But today, this video is going to be on something that I like. I'm one of those kids that was raised with the PlayStation platforms, and but first, of course, let's do what we got to do. Let's first run our we gotta spin the wheel, folks. I didn't get it ready, so it's gonna take just a little second. So let's spin the wheel and know what we gotta do in terms of exercise. We had all right, and the fly says we gotta do 20 setups. All right, so you gotta do 20 setups, folks. Okay, so this is how you stay healthy and you do good exercise. Okay, so this video today is for a rant. It's a rant regarding PlayStation. So we say to a higher amount of video games TV time, if you do more than 2 hours of TV a day, basically you're exposing yourself to higher rates of obesity, higher rates of depression, blah 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 blah. Now, screen time is a big issue with children and obesity. Let me show you something that I think is, folks, to be honest, I was a child that I played a lot of video games, and if you meant 2 hours is nothing. I mean, I'm part of those kids that, we had we played a lot. But anyways, that's not the topic of my video. My video's topic is on this. Look at these outrageous numbers. What the fuck happened to common sense in video game? When did, folks, $133 to buy a video game? When did video game companies become so outrageously money grabbing, like absolutely insane? Look at this new piece of shit game from Final Fantasy franchise, Square Enix. Folks, I've played about every Final Fantasy game. I have more. I cannot even say how many playtime hours and days I have. Fuck it, I'm gonna say I have months of playtime. Okay, months. Okay, in Final Fantasy 11. So it's I'm not even gonna say how many months, but it's playtime in months. Okay, so I love Final Fantasy. I love Square Enix games. But look at this. This is a new, but a fucking game. Look at these prices, man. People have these companies. They don't respect people anymore. What happened to the $30 games? Man, we used to pay like $30 for a video game. What's up with these games now costing $200? You want to buy a game? Look at this shit. God of War. God of War is gonna come out, release in April, in 5 months. Buy it now. $100, $89, man. Dude. I don't know what's going on. Like, who's paying for these video games? Is it the parents of the children that are paying for the video games? I kind of wish I could just sort out by price. Oh my god, let's check this out. So Dragon Ball Z is like the most expensive game you could buy. A video game that's worth $140. A video game. Okay, you know what? Let me show you something else. This is so, it's actually insulting when they're charging these prices. A video game that's worth, come on, folks. So, in a nutshell, what happened? Do these companies even like the people that they're making games for? I feel they don't really give a damn. So this is what I feel it's become. It's become a big money grabbing thing. This I feel is reasonable. But then again, Shadow of the Colossus is a game from like what, 1997? These are extremely old games. Star Ocean. But this is reasonable for a video game. $30. Come on, folks. Secret of Mana. $53. Secret of Mana. Secret of Mana. Folks, Secret of Mana. 1993. They're selling a game from 1993. Folks, 1993, I was 7 years old. 1993, I was 7 years old. I hadn't even moved to Canada yet. I still lived in Cuba. Didn't even speak French or English. And this game was already released. Probably at what, maybe like $10? How much was it worth back then? Well, now it's being sold at $52 fucking dollars on a PlayStation 4 platform. It's the same old shitty game for 5 times possibly the price. I mean, I kind of wish I knew how much it costs. Oh, sorry, it's in pre-order. No, you can't buy it yet. So it's so much mediocrity. I don't know what the hell happened to people that you know, that did we just, oh my god. GTA 5 starter pack, Whale Shark card bundle, $150. Persona 5, $106. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Look at this. NBA. Folks, NBA game. So basically, you're gonna sit in front of a computer, pretend you're the person playing the sport, and you're gonna pay $200. I mean, how does that go around? Hey mom, I want to buy a video game. Sure honey, here's $50. Mom, I need 4 times that. Before taxes. Mom, with tax, actually mom, the $50 is what's gonna pay for the taxes, because here in Montreal sales tax is about $50 for a $200 video game. Holy whack. Holy shit. Look at these prices. Wow. So, by the way, folks, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy. I retract that. I used to be a good fan of Final Fantasy up until I just saw this. I actually bought Final Fantasy 14 when it was the first release. It was such a garbage game, folks. But this is what diehard fans do, you know. I played Final Fantasy in the 1990s, the first ones that got released. The first freaking Final Fantasy got shipped to me in Cuba. I was in Cuba. I hadn't even left the country and I was playing that video game. Didn't even speak English and I was playing the freaking video game. I didn't even know what was going on. I was just going around pressing every button. Bottom line, we're now at Final Fantasy 14, 20 plus years later. And now we're on online complete edition. So it's expansion pack after expansion pack after expansion pack, and it's, of course, it's swipe your credit card and swipe your credit card and swipe your credit card plus pay monthly fees. I actually have this game, folks, and I've paid a lot for that game. I've bought it for on different platforms, including PlayStation 4, and I've bought it on PC. So I mean, trust me, folks, I've paid for these games, but one thing that I'm happy for is that I'm no longer into playing video games, and you know, and I feel bad for the kids that nowadays are into playing video games, because it's fun. Video games are fun, and sure enough, look at these badass graphics. The video games of today are way better than what we had, absolutely better, and so sad it is that in the future they're actually going to be way better than what we had. And unfortunately, what's happening is that the prices are just reflecting the absolute greed of an industry that is ever tempting on how much more can we ask from people. And unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. So anyways, that's it for me. That's the rant for this video. It's because I am actually at home right now looking at PlayStation 4, and look, if you can see, PlayStation 4, I was looking at things to buy, and then I started falling on these prices. And folks, you all remember Final Fantasy 15? Like, we all got promised after like 10 plus years of development, yeah, you're gonna have virtual reality in that video game. But it all turned out to be absolute bullshit. And then when they brought in this like absolute bullshit game of a fishing game, is that what the VR? So you know, it's like, well, we promised people, they promised people a fighting game, you know, a part that you could play Final Fantasy 15, you could fight Behemoth on the virtual reality, and this is the piece of shit that they delivered. Not only are they charging $40.
Hey, you got a bite. Don't let up. All right.
They are charging you $40 fucking dollars for something that they actually promised that they would give you. And it's a fishing game. So, you know, folks, it's like mediocrity, mediocrity, mediocrity. Let's ask you for more money. Let's ask you for more money. This is a tendency, and unfortunately, your children, my son, children, society is being raised, the future generation is being raised in this environment, and this is the people that they're interacting with. Their parents are buying games from these companies who have become, and our generation, we have seen them become extremely money oriented. I think some of you are probably thinking of EA Games, you know, all these companies that before, with all the digital rights and all this stuff, how they start trying to control more and more, you know, who's playing the game. You know, if you're playing it on another computer now, you have to pay more, you know, all these like protection bullshit things. Bottom line, you know, make a long story short, and I mean, there were abuses that were done from others, from people, you know, copying video games and you know, just trying to play games for free. Certainly, maybe this is what's happening now. It's karma. The industry is trying to, you know, get back whatever money they lost, and now they're just destroying, you know, the wallets of the parents who are now the previous. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is like the divine resolution. You know, the money they didn't make back when we copied video games, now they're charging us on our kids. But oh boy, is it expensive to play video games, and man, screw this monster of the deep fishing game. It's ridiculous. So, you know, all in all, folks, are you gonna play the $184? I mean, seriously, folks, this is a serious question. Are you gonna buy the Persona? These guys are actually, they have marketing teams who look into this shit, into a video game, and they're saying, they sit together and they're saying, what's a fair price to ask that people are actually going to buy our product? And they look at this thing and they're saying $166 is a fair price to ask. And then they all look at each other and they'll go like, yeah, I think it's a fair price to ask, and they actually agree. And people, come on, people actually buy this. So folks, this is the state of, you know, of how people are now coming to accept this basketball game going for $200. You know what it's time to, folks? It's time for you to buy a Nintendo 64. It's time for you to go to that old microplay and you buy those shitty cassettes that you have to blow into. You have to buy the cheapest $10 games. You get like 100 cassettes, and then you have to start playing that with your children. That's what you gotta do, so that your children can start enjoying what you used to play back in the days. And you're gonna see how you're gonna have a freaking fun. You're gonna have a whole lot of fun. It's gonna cost you $10, and you're gonna see how there's no replacing the family and the union and the fun that you can have with other people when you give yourself, when you know you're actually valuing things a little bit more. Folks, it takes a lot of time to make $200, so don't get ripped off with these ridiculous, outrageous prices that these companies have. Quite frankly, you know, screw all of these people. Look at this, Dissidia Deluxe, everything now is deluxe. Ultimate edition, Fighter Z edition. So what are you buying in the end? You know, you're buying the basic edition is the shit. It's like the 10% of the game, and then you can buy the full version of the game for 50 times the price. That's basically what it is. Anyways, do your 20 setups. You had 10 jumping jacks to do from earlier today, and have some fun. In the end, you know, money has a purpose. The purpose of money is just to get you the things that you need in order to live happily. But, you know, use that money wisely too, so that you can make yourself happy, you can help others, you can help yourself, and you'll see that you'll find much happiness in helping others too. Have a good day.